As a physical game collector in South Africa, I sometimes come across the problem that I can't always get the physical games that I want in South Africa. Now, don't get me wrong, the vast majority of games we do receive physically in South Africa, but there are some standout titles that I have wanted to play, specifically on the indie fronts, that I just never got around to getting because I can't purchase them physically. Another example is I'm still unsure if we're going to get Alan Wake 2 physically here, so I'm seriously considering purchasing it overseas. We don't get Baldur's Gate 3 because the Larian store doesn't deliver to us. Another game that I am making alternative arrangements to get physically here in South Africa because I'm desperately wanting to play it. Now, with all that said and done, I did an experiment. I have now purchased a game or games on Amazon UK so that I could show you what my purchasing experience was like and show you that you can get games to South Africa, but it is going to cost you. This was not a cheap experiment. It was quite pricey. Now, one thing I do want to mention is on the back of this is my details. This is a box, cut out of a box. So I'm assuming that they opened my package and delivered it or put it in this plastic bag instead of having the box that it was in, which I'm a bit skeptical about. But anyways, before we talk about the prices and all of that, let's see what I got. Let's see the titles and the things that I purchased from Amazon UK. I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of people are going to want to see. Already, I'm not super confident that everything's going to arrive in the world's greatest condition. And this is a bag. Are there details on this side? No. Okay. This is not filling me with confidence, especially for the prices I had to pay for this. At least these look good. I'll put those over there for now. And here is the game. Is it right? Yes, it's right. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. So the game that I purchased is Sea of Stars. Now, I have played a bit of Sea of Stars when it was on PlayStation Plus, and obviously it is now leaving PlayStation Plus. And I really wanted a physical copy because this game actually got me back into turn-based RPG games. It is one of the reasons I am playing so much Persona at the moment. So when I started playing this, I love the art style, I love the turn-based combat, and I love that it's a bit interactive. So this is the game that I purchased, and on top of the game, I purchased... Now, I do not read manga, however you want to put it, but I have fallen so deeply in love with Persona 4 that when I saw these on Amazon UK, I was like, okay, I have to put these into my collection. Now, there are 13 of these, and they cost... Well done, Luna. They cost... 10 anywhere from 10 to 15 euros or pounds each, which means that each of these are 300 rand. Now 300 rand for manga is probably about on par with what we pay in stores, but obviously we can't find these, or I can't find these in South Africa. So I'm really excited to have these in my collection. And oh my gosh, if you haven't played Persona 4 yet, I don't care how you get it. If you get it digitally or if you get it on the PS Vita, please do yourself a favor and play this game or read the comics. The story is just so good. I love everything about Persona 4, and I think these are going to look fantastic on my shelf. I would obviously love to get all 14 or 13 of them, but that will be a pricey experience. And as I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be the last time I'm purchasing off of Amazon UK, I will just add one or two to my basket every time I purchase. Now, let's dive into the game, see that everything is fine. I see that it hasn't rattled around, and it's a bit heavier, so I'm assuming there's some nice stuff. Usually when you get indie games physically, you end up getting a little bit more bang for your buck. You usually get some more stuff in your cases than when you get your first party titles, except for Astrobot. Astrobot, we got a nice little... Why do I struggle with these things? A nice little poster. If you haven't checked out my Astrobot unboxing, please go check that out. One of my favorite videos. Okay, Sea of Stars is open, and I am opening this now because I am planning on playing it almost straight away. Oh, there is something extra. Disc is still in its spindle, which is good. What are you? Are you a poster? Wow, we were just speaking about posters. That's very weird. It's the same poster on both sides. Guys, I'm very confused. This is the same poster on both sides. Or am I mad? Oh! One is in the day, one is in the night. That makes sense. If you know the game, you'll know why. But that's really cool. I love when indie companies do things like that. Luna, leave the packaging. It's not for you. But yeah, let's hop into a breakdown of prices. Oh, I see that there are 2 dents in the game case. I don't know if you guys will see that. I'll probably do an overlay video or overlay shot. Nothing too serious. But the books arrived in really good condition. The game arrived in decent enough condition, I should put it. But let's break it down. So the game cost me, I think, about 35 euros or 30 euros, which is about 600 Rand. Not bad for a game, right? Especially physical, especially an indie game as well. Books, like I said, about 10 to 15 euros. I think I bought them on special both for 10 euros, so that's 200 Rand each, let's call it. Where your major expense comes in is, can't be right. Yeah, it is. Your major expense is your shipping. What Amazon does do, though, unlike Shein and Temu, is you don't have to pay customs when it reaches the border. That is all included in your purchasing of the games or of your stuff. So I paid, I think it was about 35 euros for shipping and customs, which if you work it out is about 700 Rand just for the shipping and customs, which is quite expensive. It is quite pricey. And that's why I don't really recommend doing stuff like this unless you're going to do a big purchase. Say you wait a couple months and then you almost buy all the games you want at once. Now I know that is not always possible. It is far from ever possible. And if I was doing this smartly, I would have bought all the games that I wanted on Amazon at one shot and had the delivery paying for one time. But that's not how it happens. That's not how it works. Obviously, we have money when we have money. And I needed to do this, or wanted to do this, for the purpose of creating this video. And obviously, I really wanted to play Sea of Stars again. But what it does show us is that it is possible to have these games come to South Africa, and correctly. So if this was an M or the American rating, we would still be able to play it on the PlayStation. But because it's the PEGI rating, it is a PAL region copy, which means even the DLCs and stuff, if they ever do DLCs, we'll be able to play. Whereas if it was the M region or the NTSC region copies, so if you ordered from Amazon US, you would have had a tougher time getting DLCs working. I actually don't think the DLCs would have worked. So just be wary about things like that when you do want to purchase off Amazon. Try focus on Amazon in PAL region. So my go-to would always be Amazon UK, because then you are almost guaranteed to have a PAL region. Make sure that it has a PEGI rating and not a, I'll keep saying M rating, but I can't remember what the American standard is. But just make sure it has a PEGI rating, because then we are much more compatible with that. Now, consoles and that are now region free, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. It's just when it comes to adding DLC and stuff, because you will be trying to add DLC to a NTSC region and not to a PAL region copy. So that's the only thing I'd say look out for. Please be wary of. But yeah, I am very, 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 very excited to hop into Sea of Stars, and I'm happy that this experiment sort of worked out the way it did. I will probably be doing more of this, so if you do want to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more, the support will be really, really appreciated. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are almost there. Who knows, maybe by the time this video goes out, we'll be even closer. I'm recording this prior to Friday the 13th. The Friday the 13th episode is something else. You will have seen it already, and yeah, but I'm recording this in advance because it arrived now and I want to start playing, obviously. Anyways, I am rambling on. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend and you are playing some games that you really like, because I think I'll be playing Sea of Stars for a good few weeks after this, and reading some Persona. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll check you next week.